punted away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. That thing was down for the Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. They need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
And you can tell when the QB wants to run, he's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but in these plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me.
There we go. Touchdown, Wolfpack. All into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's up to 81 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Got a little space. Got the first down. Touchdown! Wolfpack. He got a step and just dusted the field.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They get him on the ground. Boy, they took the business end of that run as he picked up 8. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Making the adjustment. Sees an alley. Turning it on. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. Got his man. And he roars into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
And how about this offense, man? They must have used fall camp perfectly. Coming out firing on all cylinders, smooth, in a rhythm.
Wolfpack offense comes out ready to start this drive. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt.
He's loose on the right. Running inside the 20. Inside the 10. To the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He
sure he knew he had the face mask there, tried to let it go in time, but couldn't. It's a penalty on the defense. Now this offense has it, first and goal, trying to cash in after that defensive penalty. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Second and goal for this offense. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Wolfpack. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oaks.
They stop it just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Wolfpack will get the first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
They're down to the 20, first and 10. He'll throw it. Caught. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
When you play some coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. You got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shake the side with the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Looking to get it in. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game with possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollock, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Now, I think we could compete for John Phoenix, but we already pay so many receivers a lot in NIL. We aren't going to do that this season. I would much rather try and just sign our first 5-star from Hawaii instead. We have good grades here, and we could even increase his expected NIL a little bit, but we might not need to because this is a very rare situation where we have the best pipeline. It really isn't going to mean much, but we are going to bring him in for a visit with one complimentary bonus from a defensive tackle in Week 6 against Colorado State. So that might help us out a little bit. It would just be really cool if we were able to sign the 5-star from Hawaii. It looks like Ronnie Malik is going to have no practice because he is so tired. Same for Giles Keogh. That is actually really scary. See, we just started a 9-game streak where we don't have a single bye, and at the end of it, we finish up with number 6 Oregon, who could end our home winning streak. I cannot stress enough how much this streak means to me. We've literally had it going for like the last 4 seasons now. Boise State lost to Memphis. This might not be the Boise State we're used to. You know, that could be some good news, but it wasn't them that handed us an unexpected conference loss last season. If Willie Nkuma's returning kicks, we got to watch out for him. Alex Coronado has 80 speed. He's been their highest overall. He has been there for his entire career, too. Loyal player. We're facing off against Luis Trinidad, a 69 overall quarterback. That's just nice to see. It just makes me feel a little bit better because any one of these games that are at home could be the end of that very long streak. For it to even make it as long as it has, we have had to survive some absolute thrillers we should not have won. Most of them were back at a time where the streak wasn't that long either. I think if that happened now, I would be stressing so hard and we would fold. we would not come out on top. I will say, I have a feeling we are going to be able to send in some blitzes today. I'm just not really going to respect this 69 overall until he proves he can beat us. The one guy that I'm worried about, he might have gotten open there. We weren't pressing him, though, and you have to think that he is just an 80 speed. I will say that play got me a little bit uncomfortable. I'm glad that we were able to get out there, but we just gave this up until we got the sack. Sam Brano, out of nowhere, brings him down, and y'all like the alternate jerseys. These are like the only alternate jerseys that we could really wear because we can't update them. You know, I could continue to crap on EA for that feature just not working. I did set up the whole series through Team Builder so we could change the stadium, so we could change these jerseys, but these still look good. For all I know, whenever they do their big title update, there'll be a patch for it. And also, I just got my PC in and set everything up for my new setup, which is very exciting. I've only briefly messed around with mods for a little bit so far, but the potential, it's there. With only one of the 30 or 40 I could download, there was already so much customization. Third and one, we're going to be short. We have to put it back to it. Or do we? They recommended that we go for it here. So I kind of figured we'd be able to successfully do that. Hold up the block. This is going to be the biggest scramble we've seen out of it. Anyway, the reason I got a new PC and hadn't gotten deep into the mods yet was back on Revamp. If you all were familiar with it, it was very taxing on your computer. I don't think that College Football 27 is as taxed. I probably didn't even need to get a new computer for it, but that is why I did. I thought it was going to be, especially with some of the mods I wanted to run. It's going to be so much fun, though. I've already figured out how to make an actual perfect player, and that should have been a pick. That should have been a pick. How was it not a pick? Oh, my gosh. Jarius Lemon just has me stressed out. But if he isn't able to turn it over there, when will it? I genuinely just cannot believe that. We're going to see if we can get McClain open. It is man-to-man coverage. I mean, they're actually locking down decently well. The problem is David DeMarco is a little bit more talented than whoever that corner is. Whoa, why are we grinding up on each other, boys? I know we're wearing jerseys. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just a PDA thing for me. Dude, I guess I can tell this story now that I'm not talking to her anymore. This girl, man, I'm a good girl. Maybe I just wasn't feeling her that much. But she just kept grabbing my face in the middle of a ball at least 20 times that night, just trying to make out. And we were in a group. I was not trying to do that. I'm not a big PDA player. Tucked behind the corner, all bets are off. That's a whole different story. But anyway, that ended poorly. Started texting her ex in front of me, which I didn't really care for. I was just kind of confused why you do that. Took her home, made sure she got back safe, and had myself a good night watching some YouTube while I fell asleep. There's your little story for the day, though. I mean, we cannot be giving this up. I saw it developing the entire time. I feel like we should have a pick coming. It was due. Not going to be there, though, for James Paul. Also, another thing I've discovered, I'm not a big going out person, actually. I am much better as a homebody. The more I think about it, you can catch me excited to do it maybe once every couple of months, but that's it. Here on 3rd and 7, I mean, I did get fooled by that, but John Carter's going to make the tackle. We are going to hold Texas State to 3, and I'm sure they're going to hit this field goal. We also missed our extra point, not because I missed it, but because it got blocked. I might be a little lazy and send an extra point that takes about 5 seconds, and that's a mistake when you have a lower overall kicker. You leave points on the table that you shouldn't leave on the table. So that just lets me know we cannot simulate any extra points this year. We are looking for a really big play right here, though, and we had him so open. I saw it late. Fortunately, we still find the play. That is just good vibes right there. Now we can hand this one off. Juke? Okay, maybe not. We just are in control of yet another game. You know, it was the right decision to move on from the Mountain West. The 4 Pac-12, though, we have kind of owned. There it is. It's going to be 3rd and 10. And you know what? Let's give it to the 6'4 freshman. He's going to be able to catch that in the end zone. I was hoping that he went for an aggressive catch, but he had enough separation on his man. It was placed in a good spot. We continue to remain on top. Now, we are going to get split there. We are going to get split there, and we deserve to get split there. Unfortunately, if we are going to bring Emmanuel Padapano so far down, we need to go from a cover 3 to really just a cover 2, so it looks a lot more like this. We have this huge